Hey everyone, Alex Keeson here with you, and this is Heart and Mind of a Leader. So today is, once again, we meet at the same place, same time. It's Sunday, and today is November 22nd. I almost forgot the date. So I would like to meet with you and talk today about another very important attribute of a successful leader. And today we are going to discuss charisma. Now, before I get into the content, as I always do, and I would like to start with a quick reminder for everyone. If you're new to my videos, or even if you have watched several of them and have taken notes, what's important is with anything that you learn, with anything that you see in my videos, anybody else's videos, information online, books, whatever, you name it. What's important is make sure that if you would like to see the results, if you want to see something happen out of the information that you learn, you've got to put it into practice. You've got to try it. You've got to use it. If you just getting information, if you never implement it into your day-to-day activities, whether it's at home, whether it's outside in your workplace, your business, then you can't really expect the results. So important part of that is really putting that in action, trying it, implementing it. It's a lot of hard work, so I understand that. But that's really the only way you'll be able to see see the results and how it works and how that will be applicable in your situation on the path to becoming a good and better leader. So, just talking about the charisma. So, in a sense, that's the topic of our discussion today. Charisma is extremely important part of any successful, any great leaders because that's really where everything starts. It starts with you being a charismatic leader. Now, of course, you're asking, what that means right now, which I'll go over that in just a few seconds. I'll start with a quote that I found by Seth Godin, and the quote regarding charisma states, "quote: being a leader gives you charisma. If you look and study the leaders who have succeeded." That's where charisma comes from leading. And what Seth is saying there is, you may not be born necessarily with, immediately being charismatic leader or charismatic person, but it's something that you can absolutely learn with time by leading others, by being someone who people are inspired to follow, someone that's very charismatic, very energetic, full of confidence and knowledge, someone that you inspired to follow. Just because when you look at that person, when you look at that successful person, the charisma, the success, the energy, the abundance is pretty much just kind of you feel it coming from them. And of course, people would want to follow a leader such as that one, somebody that's charismatic. But once again, as Seth points out, it starts with you being the leader, you leading others, and through confident, through successful, someone through the charismatic leadership, somebody who has full of energy, full of knowledge, and smiles. That's what helps you to become a better and more charismatic leader. And of course, create the right perception for others and people around you, your followers. And one of the definition of charisma is it's simply states as compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. And that's pretty much what I just explained, right? Someone who is inspirational, somebody who you would want to follow. Versus when you look somewhere else and you see the same information is presented by another person who is not charismatic, who is low energy, low focus, maybe not enough knowledge there yet. Someone who is always serious, never smiles. When you don't feel that energy coming from that person, when you don't feel that confidence coming through. When they're speaking with you, when they're presenting to others, and you, then of course you wouldn't be following someone who is not charismatic or less charismatic than somebody who is sharing the same information and leading the group of people towards a specific goal or objective. So let's talk about the charisma a little bit more detail. So some of the things, of course, the question, as I'm sure you've asked at the beginning of the session, is, why is it important to be a charismatic leader? And some things I already addressed, so I'll dive into a little bit more detail here with you. Well, why it's important? Because if you're someone who's unlikable and someone who has low drive, low energy, then why would people want to follow you, right? Why would they want to follow such a leader? When you're interacting with someone like that, will they elevate you and take you to the next level, somewhere where you want to be? The level of energy that you would like to be on, and same exact level, same exact focus, same exact confidence. Well, if that person doesn't have that in them, then how would that translate to you? It probably wouldn't, right? If somebody who's inspiring, who's actually just brand new and kind of absorbing all this information, versus someone who has that natural charisma, who has that studied charisma and developed charisma over time. Because some people, don't get me wrong, they do. Some people are born with natural charisma, and that as they go with life, it doesn't matter what they do, they're naturally charismatic people. And then some are not. But that's something that you can absolutely develop. That's something you can absolutely study and learn and make it your own, and you can become one of the inspirational, one of the charismatic leaders that you inspire to be. The other thing is charismatic leaders inspire action in others. And it kind of goes along the same lines, right? If would you be inspired to do something to really go for that, to your max, to commit to that excellence, as we've discussed in the previous module? Would you be willing to do that for someone who is not charismatic, who doesn't drive you to that next point, who doesn't have that level of energy? Well, the answer is very simple, and the answer is no, right? You will be seeking, you will be looking for someone who has that charisma, who is that charismatic leader, and of course, for that person, you will go to the next level, and you will do everything you possibly can. You will be committed to that excellence in order to make yourself feel great, as well as help your leader feel great as well, and help the team to be successful. But in the process, continue and grow yourself as a charismatic and as confident leader. This is also, as I mentioned before, this is definitely a skill that can be learned. And there's several ways that you can do that. But one way is, of course, you want to be open with others. You want to share your vision. You want to share your mission, because if you don't, how would you inspire others? The other thing is, share your personal story. I think this is something extremely powerful tool that you have, especially if you have a very meaningful story, something you went through in your life that got you from point A to point B. And maybe at some point in your life you were struggling, which I think most of us have at some point. I know I have. And when you're coming to let's say you come into a brand new country, somewhere you've never been before. It's completely brand new language that you have to learn from scratch, right? Versus some people that are born into it, and having to go through the same processes of having to learn English, having to learn finish the school regardless. How much English do you learn, and I still make sure you perform to the highest expectation. Make sure you still deliver those excellent grades. To make sure you get to go to college that you want or inspired to go, university you want to go into and get accepted to. So of course you want it to do your best, and and then after that, of course, what is your next step, right? Do you want to are you inspired to lead other organizations? Are you inspired to open your business? Are you inspired to be a successful manager, leader in whatever company you may be working for, or maybe it's your own business, right? All of those are meaningful stories. So, for example, as something that I've just shared with you regarding, going from coming from completely different country to United States and having to learn English when I didn't know a single word. So of course it is a very challenging, but is it possible? Absolutely. And if that's something that if I fail, if that's something that I can do, then you can do it as well. Anybody can, and you just have to put that enough drive, enough focus, enough charisma, and be just solely focused on that mission, on the goal where you're going to, having that strong desire to be successful, and you will get there. And that's what I want to explain to you guys, for those that are inspired to become a better leaders, or to achieve success, to achieve wealth, and be successful in your field of work or business. Anything is possible. It really depends on how much are you willing to work for it, how much are you willing to put in, how much drive do you have. And one big part of that is of course, as we discussed today, is charisma, right? So that can be developed, and one way you can do that is really sharing your personal story with people, as I just did with you. The other thing is working on maintaining high level of energy. Now, that's something, sometimes it can be difficult, don't get me wrong, but is it possible? Absolutely. You just have to remind yourself constantly, as soon as you feel that your energy is going low, and if maybe it's been a long day, maybe it's had a lot of projects, a lot of events taking place, you talk to a lot of different people, and maybe this is the time, maybe you need to take a step back and remind yourself, know where you are, realize where you are, determine where your energy stands, and make sure that you maintain the same high level of energy, for the rest of the day, while you working and inspiring others. One thing that's extremely important is you don't want to, if your energy is running low, you definitely don't want to spill it over to somebody else who may be having a wonderful day full of energy, and then here they come and then see someone who is kind of on the low, with energy. There's not really maybe not that much confidence. That charisma is kind of going away. So you definitely don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that type of leader. So what you want is you want constantly maintain that same level of energy, same level of focus, same level of drive, in order to inspire others and continue to smile, which is the next point. You've got to continue to smile, and remember to smile when you're interacting with others. Doesn't matter how difficult times may be. Doesn't matter how maybe challenging the situation that you are dealing with may be, or maybe you just had a very difficult conversation with someone. But does that next person that you talk to deserve less than excellent experience? Of course not. Do they deserve the less of an energy and confidence from you than another person? Of course not. So you want to maintain that same level of energy, same smile on your face when you talk to people, if you would like to, and if you want to inspire others and lead others to greater success. 3 takeaways for you from this particular module, and I'm hoping you've taken a lot from this session, because I feel this is something that I know that, for example, I'm very passionate about, and there's a lot of great information that you can share with others. So I'll share 3 takeaways. These will be, of course, added to the heartandmindofaleader.com blog. If not today, then I promise I will make sure that it's there tomorrow. But you will have a quick notes from the session, as well as 3 takeaways that I'm going to share with you here in just a second. So first takeaway from this session is show your drive and energy when speaking and leading others. The other number 2 takeaway is smile when you speak. See, even when you're talking about smiling, you want to smile. And then third, be open and personable with others. Help them uncover that charismatic and confident leader that's inside of them. That should be your ultimate goal. Is to when you're looking to inspire and lead people, your goal should be to, how do I uncover that leader that's already in them? Because everybody has that inside. They just may not know how to get there yet, or how to uncover it. And that is really the 3 takeaways, which once again I'll be sharing it with you on the blog. Next time, in about a week from today, we're going to discuss the next attribute of a successful leader, and that would be commitment. So, are you committed to view my next module? And I hope so. That will be for you. We'll chat again in about a week from today. Other than that, once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending the time with me, and I'm hoping that you've learned and taken a lot from this session. As always, I welcome your feedback, welcome your comments, whether here on the YouTube channel, on the Heart and Mind of a Leader.com blog, and also you can share that feedback in the Heart and Mind of Leader Facebook page, which you can easily get through by visiting the website. The other thing is, which I recently added to the heartandmindofleader.com a blog website, is you can now sign up for a newsletter if you'd like to receive one from me, and be in the loop and be in the on top of things and be notified when the new modules are available, when the some takeaway notes that I'll be sharing with you through that channel. So you're welcome to take a look at it, and there's also a sign up form for you on the website if that's something you're interested in, which I hope you are. Other than that, have a wonderful rest of the day. Have a great Sunday, and I know we will speak about a week from today. So have a great Thanksgiving week, and we'll chat again. Take care.